The creative industry is about to change forever because we're entering a brand new era. Now, the good news is there's a massive opportunity opening up that wasn't available before. I know this because I built $1 million business and I've helped hundreds of creatives scale to 6 and even 7 figures. So I'm starting to see the patterns that most creatives aren't even picking up yet. Opportunities that could completely change your trajectory. And in this video, I'm going to walk you through the biggest shifts that are reshaping the industry right now, and I'll break down the exact frameworks that will separate the creatives who build $1 million companies from the ones who remain stuck on the hamster wheel. Shift number 1. Premium clients now want to work with trusted advisors, not just executors. Let me explain. Clients used to pay you for your experience. You knew how to do this thing, you knew how to use the tools, and you were skilled at it. That was the game. You just got paid for the experience. But that's not what premium clients want or value anymore. Instead, premium clients now want to work with trusted advisors. They don't just want somebody who knows how to make things. They want to work with somebody with a vision, somebody who can say, you know what, you should do this because it aligns with your goals in this way, and when you do it, you're going to achieve your ultimate outcome. Previously, you were seen as just a hand, somebody who executes. Now, you need to be the hand plus the brain. You need to be the trusted advisor with a clear vision. Here's why this matters. AI, cheap labor, the influx of creatives, the lower barrier to entry, all of this is commoditizing experience. Anybody can execute now, but not everyone can be a trusted advisor with that vision. So you now need to guide clients strategically, and the premium dollars are going to people who are positioned as trusted advisors, because that's the new way to succeed in this market. Shift number 2, if you're stuck in execution, you literally cannot develop vision or think strategically. Here's the problem that most creators don't even realize. Because look, if you're just stuck working in the business versus on the business, just trying to get projects out the door, you literally have no time, energy, or desire to think long term. You can't think about your strategy. You can't update your positioning. You can't develop a deeper vision. Your attention is finite. You can only focus on one thing at a time. Same thing with your energy, because if you're on a shoot, you're not studying industry trends. If you're editing all day, you're not updating marketing or building systems. If you're stuck in Figma, you're not researching your client's market because your brain is occupied and your time is already consumed. And this is what happens with solopreneurs. They allocate 100% of their time and attention to execution, which means they have zero left over for developing vision or thinking strategically. And so this isn't about being lazy, unmotivated, or untalented. It's a structural problem. It's a mathematical problem, because if all of your capacity goes to doing the work, you literally cannot develop the vision that premium clients are craving right now. You can't become the trusted advisor when you're buried deep in execution. So you're locked out, not because you're not capable, but because you simply don't have the bandwidth. And here's where it gets worse. The more clients you take on to hit your revenue goals, the more execution you have to do, which means you have less capacity for strategic thinking and vision development. So that's essentially like a catch-22 as a solopreneur. Shift number 3 is strategic thinking compounds, but execution doesn't. Think about it for a second. Every hour you spend executing equals to 1 unit of value. That's it. It's linear growth. You work, you get paid, you move on to the next client. But every hour spent on strategic work, updating marketing, refining processes, developing vision, creating systems, it actually multiplies over time, because essentially you've created an asset that's going to work for you time and time again. Imagine for a second that ads or that content you created, well, it's going to work for you 24/7, attracting premium clients, positioning you as the trusted advisor. And that positioning you built, well, it's going to compound your authority and let you charge those premium prices. That vision you develop, well, it becomes your competitive advantage that cannot be replicated. Those systems you document, well, they free up your time so you can instead focus on the bigger picture. Solopreneurs run on what I call a linear growth curve. More work equals more revenue, but it's capped by your time and energy. Instead, CEOs run on what I call exponential growth curve. Strategic thinking compounds and they multiply over time. And so the gap between these two paths, between the solopreneur and the CEO, it's getting wider every single month. And here's the urgency. The first person to make the shift in your niche captures the premium market. Premium clients have limited attention spans. They can only evaluate so many options. And once they identify the trusted advisor in a niche, they stop looking. The first person to position themselves as the trusted advisor with vision through ads, content, systems, teams, and strategic thinking captures that mental real estate and positions themselves as the #1 go-to brand. And everybody else, sadly, is going to be fighting for the scraps. And right now, most niches are wide open. And I can already promise you this, that in the next 24 months, most of these niches are going to be claimed for, and the trusted advisors will already be established, and everybody else is going to continue to compete on price. So those are the 3 shifts. Now, here's what you could actually do about it. This is what I call the aligned CEO framework, and this is how you tap into this massive opportunity. Part 1, build systems that free your attention from execution. The first step is to remove yourself from the day-to-day execution, not because execution isn't important, but because your attention is too valuable to spend there. Your attention needs to be spent on developing vision, focusing on growth, thinking strategically, and systems are what frees up your time, energy, and attention. So you might be wondering, what the heck is a system? So let me explain. A system is a repeatable process that produces consistent results without requiring direct involvement from you. It's literally a documented, teachable, and scalable process. I want you to think about it like a recipe. Anybody who follows it is going to get the same result. And systems turn your expertise into a transferable asset. So here are the 5 core systems every CEO like you needs. System number 1 is going to be for your marketing. It's going to generate qualified leads on autopilot. And so it's not dependent on you, let's say, networking or posting consistently. It's going to free your attention from constantly worrying about where's my next client coming from, and instead allow you to focus on the bigger picture, being the trusted advisor. System number 2 is for sales. A sales system ultimately converts those leads into paying clients predictably. It's going to free you up from trying to just wing it on every sales call and allow you to actually focus on strategic client relationships. System number 3 is for delivery. It's going to allow you to produce results for clients the same way every single time. So think about documented workflows, quality standards, templates. It's going to free up your attention from executing every project yourself and allow your future team to deliver your level of quality. System number 4 is for operations. It's going to handle invoicing, client onboarding, communication, file management. It's the boring admin work that keeps the business humming in the background. It's going to free up all of your time from that administrative chaos and allow you to instead focus on strategy and growth. And last but not least, the financial system. It's going to track revenue, profit, personal spending, business expenses, because you need to have clear visibility into where money is coming from and going to. Ultimately, without financial clarity, there's simply a lot of chaos. Without it, you simply cannot make informed decisions about investments, hiring, and growth. So let me explain why systems truly matter. Systems don't just create efficiency, they create capacity. Every process you systemize is attention you get back. That freed attention can now go toward developing vision about your client's desires, building your positioning as a trusted advisor, creating ads and content that demonstrates your expertise, studying market trends, and innovating your offer, strategic thinking that is going to compound over time. And without systems, you're trapped in execution forever. With systems, you have the capacity to become the trusted advisor that premium clients want to work with. You have to stop being the person who does everything and start being the person who designs how everything gets done. So your job is to move from doer to thinker. So systems free up your attention, but you can't scale with systems alone. You need the second piece. Part 2, build a team that's going to execute on your system, because systems are the blueprint, but you still need the people to execute them. This is where most creatives get stuck. They think, well, I can't afford to hire, or nobody can do it like me. But the truth is, you simply cannot scale yourself. Your time is finite. There's only 24 hours in a day. At some point, You become the ceiling. The only way to break through is leverage other people executing your systems. And this is going to free up your attention for the high value strategic work only you can do. And beyond that, you have to keep this mindset that each hire should be solving a specific bottleneck. Each hire should be multiplying your capacity. Each hire frees up more of your attention for bigger, higher leverage work. Because here's the math. As a solopreneur, your income equals your hours times your rate. With a team, your income equals systems times those teams' output, which can be literally uncapped. One person could serve 10 clients, a team can serve 100 clients. It's the same you, but 10 times the capacity. But more importantly, freed attention means now you can position yourself as a trusted advisor instead of just an executor. And your systems is going to ensure quality and consistency. Your team is going to be executing those systems, and you're freed up to focus on the high value strategic work only you can do. But here's one final shift, and it's the identity shift that makes everything click, which is part number 3. You have to become the CEO who thinks strategically, not the creative who simply executes. This is the hardest shift because it's not about tactics, it's about identity and mindset. You have to fundamentally change how you see yourself and what you do. This is the shift from creative to CEO. And so you have to stop saying, I'm a designer, I'm a videographer, I'm a photographer, and instead identify as, I run a creative company that helps these types of clients achieve this specific outcome. And so your identity is going to determine where you allocate your attention, and where you allocate your attention determines whether you're an executor or showing up as a trusted advisor. And I understand why this can be hard. Your ego currently is tied to doing the work. You get the joy, you get the win from creating. And you're afraid that if you're not creating, that you're going to lose that edge. You're worrying that, oh, I'm just going to become a manager. But the thing is, that's simply not true. Let me give you an example of Nobu. You know, Nobu, the world-class sushi brand. Nobu Matsuhisa, he actually started off as a chef, and his dream was to have global excellence with sushi. And he wanted to create this best sushi experience throughout the world. So what did he do? Well, instead of just being stuck in the kitchen as a chef, he started to document his recipes. He created systems and processes. He showed others how each dish that he created can be created by them. And he also created a world-class standard. And today, Nobu has restaurants all over the world. And you know what Nobu does now? He actually spends more time in his experimental kitchen, not less, because he's busy creating new dishes, testing new techniques, pushing the boundaries of his craft. Why? Because systems gave him stability. Stability gave him creative freedom. So he's not stuck in the kitchen every single night making the same old sushi rolls. Instead, he can play around, he can innovate, and his team is doing the boring stuff, the stuff that he already did 5 years ago. So what you have to understand is systems ensure quality. And Nobu, he got to do what he actually wanted to do: innovate, create, explore, and he became the trusted advisor to the culinary world. And he is a thought leader whose vision shapes the industry. And so this is the paradox that most creatives never understand. When you build a company with systems and a team, you free yourself up from being stuck in execution. And that's what gives you the time, space, and energy to develop vision and do your best creative and strategic work. So you're not actually giving up creativity, you're amplifying it. You're creating more space for it. You're not losing the love of your craft, you're elevating it. You're not just becoming a manager, you're becoming the trusted advisor in your industry. Because one great project touches one client, one great system touches 100 clients. One piece of strategic marketing positions you as a trusted advisor to 10,000 potential clients. So you're not managing people all day. You're thinking at a higher level about strategy, vision, market positioning, and long-term direction. Here's the freedom it creates. You work 20 to 25 hours a week instead of 60 plus. You take vacations without the fear of revenue stopping. You can focus on the work you love, the strategic, creative, vision-driven work, not the work you have to do. You can actually build something remarkable that has value beyond your personal capacity. So the shift comes down to this: stop being a solopreneur, trapped in execution, competing on price and experience, and instead be the CEO who thinks strategically and is positioned as the trusted advisor that premium clients crave. This is how you access the premium market. This is how you scale exponentially instead of linearly. This is how you build a real company. Now, the reality is most creators watching this video are gonna say, you know what, this is absolute BS. I don't agree with this. And that's fine. Not everybody is gonna agree with this, but there's gonna be a tiny fraction of creatives who hear this and say, holy crap, I see the opportunity. I understand the opportunity. And those are going to be the rare few, the smart ones, the bold ones. And frankly, they're going to be the millionaire creatives. They're going to start building systems, hiring teams, shifting their identities. And they're the ones going to shine while everybody else watches their success and says, wow, that's pretty cool. I'm not sure how they got there, but good for them. The question is, which group do you want to be in? If you're one of the rare few who gets this and you're serious about making the shift, we can actually help you do so at Aligned HQ. This is literally what we do at our company. We help creative business owners like you build the systems, hire the teams, and make the CEO shift. We take you from trapped solopreneur to a confident, strategic, creative CEO, from execution mode to strategic, vision-driven leadership. If you want to learn more about how we can work together, tap the link below. It's in the description. This is your opportunity. The window's open, but it's not going to stay forever. So go ahead, build something remarkable.